Every admission officer I've spoken to has confirmed that they will treat LSAT-Flex scores.
Hey y'all, it's Jordan or JorWish and welcome to or back to my channel. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking all things LSAT-Flex. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am a political science major. I'm almost done with UCLA. I have like 2 weeks left of school, thank goodness, and I'm going to be going straight to law school in the fall. I took the July LSAT in 2019, so I will not be in this LSAT-Flex journey with you all, but my heart goes out to you all who are doing it, and so I wanted to make this video to kind of help you navigate that and answer some of the questions that you may have. If you are in the boat right now where you're studying for the LSAT, you're going to take it soon, you might be taking the LSAT-Flex. So I know it kind of sounds a little daunting. What is the LSAT-Flex? Is it going to be weighed the same? What do I need to do to prepare for it? And we're just going to answer that all in today's video. So this video is in collaboration with LSAT Unplugged, so thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. So we're going to meet Steve and he's going to be answering all of you all's questions, and he's an expert on this, so we're in good hands. So what is LSAT-Flex?
The LSAT is no longer a 5-section exam. The LSAT-Flex specifically is a 3-section online exam.
Another thing you all want to know is how law school admissions officers will view LSAT-Flex. Is it going to be weighed the same? Do you get some extra points for taking LSAT-Flex? Is it worse than taking the regular one? Like, we want to know what's up.
Every admission officer I've spoken to has confirmed that they will treat LSAT-Flex scores the same as regular LSAT scores, and they really have no reason not to. LSAC is saying law schools should treat them the same, and they're giving applicants or test takers the same scores on the 120 to 180 band. Even though there are fewer questions on the LSAT-Flex, they are still converting the scores into the 120 to 180 scale, and law schools can report those results just the same to the American Bar Association, who in turn will refer them to the US News rankings. That's what will be used, and so a 180 on the LSAT-Flex will be treated the same for law schools and their stance in the rankings, the same as a regular LSAT score that's a 180. And same goes for any other score along the spectrum. So don't worry whether your score is higher or lower on the Flex versus the regular. None of that matters. Get the highest LSAT score possible and apply with that. And the higher your score, the better your odds of getting into a better law school, getting more scholarship money, or both.
And the next question is LSAT-Flex harder than the traditional LSAT?
The answer is no, but also it depends. The content of the exam is not any different in terms of difficulty. Logic games, logical reasoning, and reading comprehension are all the same difficulty level as a whole. LSAC has confirmed this. What has changed, though, is the experience of taking the LSAT. The LSAT is no longer a 5-section exam. The LSAT-Flex specifically is a 3-section online exam. So depending on whether you want to do 3 sections or 5 sections, that could affect things. If endurance was an issue for you with the in-person LSAT, then a shorter 3-section exam where you're done in 2 hours is probably preferable. Another thing is that the regular in-person LSAT had 2 logical reasoning sections. The online LSAT only has 1 logical reasoning section. And LSAC has confirmed that all questions will be weighted the same on the online LSAT-Flex, which means that logical reasoning has gone from being half of the exam to being only 1/3 of the exam, both in its content as well as in its weighting. So not a huge difference there, except depends. Are you strong in logical reasoning, or are you strong in logic games and reading comp? If you're stronger in logical reasoning, you might find the online LSAT-Flex harder because it doesn't play to your strengths to the same extent. Alternatively, if you like logic games and reading comprehension more, if those play to your strengths more, then the online LSAT-Flex would be easier for you, and that it would be easier for you to get a higher score on that exam. Another consideration is the location. As I mentioned, the in-person LSAT is at a testing center. You've got proctors walking around. You've got other test takers in the same place as you. And so if you would find that distracting or anxiety provoking or producing, then you might prefer to do it at home. Alternatively, if your home environment has lots of distractions, or if the internet connection is shaky, then that might lead you to have a less than optimal experience at home, and you might find the in-person LSAT to be easier for you. Same goes for if you don't have a suitable device at home, then in-person, where they provide the device, could be a better option for you. So just some considerations there. At the moment, speaking now, the June LSAT has been rescheduled as an LSAT-Flex. The July LSAT, it's looking fairly likely that will also be rescheduled as an LSAT-Flex. So depending on when you're taking the LSAT, you might want to push it back or not to give yourself the environment and testing situation that best suits you and best plays to your strengths. LSAC has also confirmed that the LSAT Flex will be scored on a scale of 120 to 180. Even though it will have fewer questions, they will adjust the raw score conversions accordingly, and law schools will treat all LSAT Flex scores the same as in-person test scores.
Okay, now how is LSAT Flex proctored, and how safe is it to take it online?
What I found is that they're using a company called Proctored to administer the exam. This company also administers other online exams like the GRE, the GMAT, and high school advanced placement exams. Basically what happens is they have you use a computer where they monitor you with a webcam and a microphone, and there's a live proctor on the other end who could be watching you at any point. They also record the video and audio to look at later in case of anything irregular coming up. Like if your eyes are looking away from the screen for too long, it'll get flagged, and they even have what they call AI to check for events like that. They also want to make sure there's nobody else in the room, you're not talking to anybody, you're not screenshotting or screen capturing the test to potentially save later, and of course you're not able to use your phone throughout the duration of the exam. They also, on standard administrations of the LSAT Flex, they don't let you leave the room, and that's part of why the exam was shortened from 5 sections to only 3 sections, which is about 2 hours, because beyond that, they'd have to let you go to the bathroom, and then they don't know what you're doing during that time. And so that's part of how they monitor you for the online LSAT Flex, dealing with security. And honestly, I'm not too concerned about this in general because it would be hard to cheat on the LSAT. The biggest things I could think of would be somehow giving yourself extra time, and then alternatively, getting a copy of the exam questions in advance. And the exam being online, to me, doesn't really make either of those any more likely. Even if you did have a cheat sheet or note cards of some kind to help you have summaries of basic information, it probably wouldn't help that much because the exam is so strictly timed. It's not a test of memorization, and it's a test of critical reasoning ability. So would any of that information really help you evaluate arguments faster? Probably not that much. So I'm honestly not that concerned about this, but LSAC, it appears they're taking all the appropriate precautions to prevent any potential cheating.
Will law schools extend the deadline due to COVID-19?
Many law schools are extending deadlines to wait for the results of the May LSAT Flex, which is the replacement for the previously canceled April LSAT. May LSAT Flex results are expected to be delivered by Friday, June 5th, so law schools are going to wait for those results. In many cases, a couple of law schools have said that they're not able to wait. They want to have their deadline be done already and no longer take applications, but most of them are waiting. And they have reason to wait because they need those applicants, they need those scores. This will vary from school to school though, so contact any schools you're considering and double check that. But in most cases, you should be okay. And if not, well, this is kind of late in the cycle when odds are a little bit lower and there's typically less scholarship money available. And so if you have not yet gotten the score that you're hoping for or that you think you can get, you might be better off waiting a cycle, retaking the LSAT later this summer or in the fall, and applying at the beginning of next cycle when your odds are going to be higher and there's more scholarship money available. So consider your personal situation, but just wanted to give you that update as well.
Okay, y'all. Well, thank you so much for checking out this video, and thank you so much to LSAT Unplugged again for helping us out today. And I hope that this was helpful for you all. If you have any video suggestions or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Definitely check out LSAT Unplugged's videos. He has videos on literally everything you need to know, from the history to strategies to little lessons too. You can also join his membership. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.